I'm a speaker and an author. I do a lot of executive coaching and leadership development on personal and organizational effectiveness.
Because of the environmental changes, because of things like globalization and expectations and technology and the economy, a lot of us are feeling similar kinds of stresses and strains, especially when it comes to keeping ourselves motivated, figuring out what are the right skill sets for today and tomorrow.
My life's passion is trying to bring to people tools and skills and resources and support needed to maximize their own individual effectiveness and then their organizational effectiveness.
We are feeling beings. We are emotional beings. And eustress is the way you feel when you bring something into being. A lot of us like to be analytical, and we are, but sometimes our analytical desires can kind of get in the way of understanding and then taking advantage of the fact, and also recognizing the fact that we are emotional beings. And anchoring to positive emotions is helpful for creating motivating experiences and sustaining motivation over time. And this is the point of vision. That's the whole point of vision, is to help people individually and then collectively stay motivated over time. Because I have a vision of what it is that I want to create and what it is that we want to create that is so exciting to me, where I'm willing to go through the stressful times because I know that the outcome is worth the input.
Next generation leadership for me is really about exploring ideas at the intersection and then thinking about the agency that I have, that you have, at the individual level for having an impact, whether it's on my life or on my brand or on my organization, on my profession, on my field, on my community. And that's the work that I do.
In the absence of a vision, a highly anchored, compelling vision, the opposite happens, always. It's called fear. Humans are wired so that when we feel fear, right, when we feel fear from external threats, our amygdala releases cortisol. That cortisol release redirects the resources to our extremities, right, so our hands and feet, so we can run or fight or kick or scream or hunker down. But we can't be creative. We can't problem solve. So it's very difficult to have access to the parts of our brain that we need the most when we need them the most. Talk about vision and then practice the behaviors associated with bringing your vision into reality when times are good. That way you've developed kind of the muscle memory so that when times get tough, you already have the path established. Because it's much more difficult to get access to the parts of your brains that you are going to need when times get tough. And so at the leadership level, it's really important for us to understand what it means for us and then practice the things that we value most and that we most want to bring forward in our own practice so that when we need those skills, we have access to them. And we have already paved the way for people to give us some leeway when times get tough. More diversity of thought and perspective that's come into play, different cultural experiences that have come into play. As leaders, we have to understand what is our own feeling about change, but then also how do we help others move through that process. Anchoring to vision.